How we doing, everyone? Hope you're well. Mr. Boulder here, and I'm back today with an updated Iron Maiden album ranking. I originally did my Maiden ranking about 2 or 3 years ago, before Jetsu came out, basically. And I've had quite a lot of comments from people on the video saying, where would you put Jetsu in the ranking? So I decided to go back and do the entire thing all over again. So 17 albums to talk about. We're going to get into it after the usual sip of coffee. Now, Maiden's one of those bands where there are no bad albums. Even the one that comes in last place has got some excellent stuff on it. But for me, coming in at last place, number 17, is the first album by Maiden I picked up at the time of release. And that is 1992's Fear of the Dark. Some really, really good stuff on this. But for me, a couple of Maiden songs are absolutely shocking. And the album would be better for it if they weren't on here. So it kicks off with Be Quick or Be Dead, which is a very fast, high-energy opener. Kicks off with the snare roll from Nico McBrain. Fast-paced verses, great chorus, great vocals from Brucey, sounds brilliant. Track 2, From Here to Eternity, is the closest Maiden ever got to sounding a bit like AC/DC. Great chorus, great track, I like that one a lot. Afraid to Shoot Strangers is more of a sort of a darker sounding song, whereas the first two are very up-tempo. I like that one as well. Fear is the Key, that's a good tune, I like that. But Childhood's End is absolutely terrible. It's one of my least favourite Maiden songs, has got to be said. Don't like that song at all. Side B closes out with Wasting Love, which is an excellent sort of ballad. Really, really good song. I love the chorus. Some nice guitar work in that. Superb tune. The Fugitive and Chains of Misery. Fugitive's okay. Chains of Misery, though, not a fan of at all. And The Apparition is probably the worst song on the album. I'm not a fan of that song at all. Things pick up a little bit towards the end. Judas Be My Guide and Weekend Warrior are both okay songs. I like the guitar work in Weekend Warrior. Judas My Guide's got a catchy chorus. And then the last track, of course, the title track, Through the Dark, which is very much overplayed. But as always, when you hear it in the context of the album, I enjoy it more. Not my favourite Maiden title track, it has to be said. It's still a good tune, but I've heard it so many times, I don't really ever need to hear it again. So Fear of the Dark comes in at last place at number 17 from 1992. Up next in 16th place is The Final Frontier. We think it's from 2010. Yeah, 2010. Kicks off with the title track, well, it's Satellite 15, The Final Frontier. 4 minutes before anything really happens, and for me, you could cut 2 of those minutes out straight away. The intro is incredibly long-winded and unnecessarily long as well. Not a huge fan of that, but once the actual song gets going, it's really good. I do enjoy that one quite a lot. El Dorado, track 2, is one of my favourite songs on the album. Kicks off with that classic Steve Harris gallop bass line. Great track, great chorus, I like it a lot. Mother of Mercy is an okay song. I'm not a huge fan of Bruce's vocal in the chorus though, and I don't say that very often, it has to be said. But it's a decent tune, but I'm not a huge fan of that chorus. Coming Home, track 4, don't like that at all. Just that song does nothing for me whatsoever. I've got other stuff like Starblind, which is okay, but The Talisman is really good. The last track on side 3, I like that one a lot. The Man Who Would Be King, that's an okay tune. But the last track, Where the Wild Wind Blows, is absolutely fantastic. I really like that. Bruce's vocals are superb. Some good solos in that one as well. Good ending song on this one. But yeah, there's a couple in there I'm really not that keen on at all, especially Coming Home. I don't like that song at all. But The Final Frontier from 2010 comes in at 16th place. So slotting in a new entry at number 15 is the most recent album, Jetsu, which is one of these 2000 era Maiden albums that for me is way too long and drags its feet. The opening 2 tracks, Senjetsu and Strategio, I don't like either of those songs. The first song, the title track, is very mid-paced. It plods along. It doesn't really go anywhere. Not a massive fan of that tune. It's not terrible, but it's certainly not great. Strategio's second track, again, not a lot going on there. But when you get to track 3, Writing on the Wall, that for me is when this album should start. If you cut the first 2 tracks from this record, I could quite easily live without them. But Writing on the Wall is a great track. I love Bruce's vocals in the verses. They sound really good. The chorus is very catchy. Bruce sounding excellent. I do really, really like that song. Lost in a Lost World is a pretty decent tune. Again, it doesn't need to be as long as it is, but I still quite like it. Days of Future Past, though, is absolutely fantastic. Bruce sounding absolutely amazing on the vocals in that. This Time Machine is okay. Darkest Hour is okay. Death of the Celts is absolutely fantastic. I love that tune. The last 2 tracks, The Parchment and Hell on Earth. Hell on Earth is really, really good. Death of the Celts probably my favourite on this album. It's really, really good. Writing on the Wall's fantastic. A lot of the synth parts that they put in kind of post-production, for me, there's a bit too many of them on this. When I first had this record, I didn't mind them, and I still don't mind them now, but there's a bit too much of it in there for me. Nico doing a great job on the drums. Some nice guitar work throughout the album, but yeah, it does drag its feet, and the first 2 songs for me are really not that great at all. But not a bad album by any stretch of imagination. But definitely need to be skimmed down a bit. It doesn't need to be as long as it is. But Jetsu is a pretty decent album. I don't mind that one at all. Up next, number 14 is No Prayer for the Dying from 1990. An album that gets hated on by a lot of people, but I really do like it, to be honest. There's a couple of tracks in it that I'm not so fussed on, but there's some really good stuff on this. The opener, Tail Gunner, is a great tune. I love the intro guitar riff. Very simplistic, but does the job. Bruce sounding great on the vocals. What's track 2 called again? Holy Smoke, yeah. Maiden sort of not being so serious on that one. Good tune. No, I like that one a lot. No Prayer for the Dying title track. That's quite good. But Public Enemy number 1 and Fate's Warning, the last 2 songs on side 1, not all that fussed on those. Side 2 kicks off with The Assassin, which is okay. Run Silent, Run Deep is a decent tune. I like that a lot. Hooks in You up next. It's one of my favourites on the album. I know a lot of people really don't like it. I think that was the last song penned by Adrian Smith before he left. Catchy stuff, good guitar work, excellent chorus. I like the lyrics in that. Bring Your Daughter to the Slaughter. It's quite popular to hate on that song, but I have absolutely no problem with it at all. Bit of a silly title, of course, but it's a decent tune. I like it a lot. And it closes with Mother Russia, which for me is a massively underrated Iron Maiden song. As far as Maiden closers go, that one doesn't get talked about a lot. And it's not as long as other Maiden closers. But it's really good. I like the intro guitar work from Yannick and Dave. And Bruce's vocals are good. It's got an excellent chorus. It's just a good tune. The guitar work throughout the whole song is good. There's some nice synth work that is layering alongside the guitars, which sounds really good. And Mother Russia, to me, is a very, very underrated Iron Maiden song. I really like it a lot. But yeah, No Prayer for the Dying. It's got some really, really good songs on it. A couple of okay songs and a couple of ones that I'm really not too fussed about at all. But for me, an album that doesn't deserve its bad reputation, it has to be said. No Prayer for the Dying there. Number 13 is 1998's Virtual Eleven, the second album to feature Blaze Bayley on the vocals. Unlike a lot of people, I have absolutely no problem with the Blaze Bayley fronted Iron Maiden. I really like it. I think it's underrated. Although both albums, I have to say, are far from perfect. This kicks off with Future Real, which is a fast, frantic opener. Great chorus. I like Blaze's vocals. The Angel and the Gamble up next. 9 minutes long, 9.5 minutes long. And I'm absolutely fine with it. I enjoy the entire song from start to finish. Yes, it has got a very repetitive chorus, but I'm going to come back to that later on in this video. I'll be the first to admit that it does not need to be 9.5 minutes long. A sort of 4.5, 5 minute single edit would get the job done nicely. But I don't mind that tune. Lightning Strikes Twice, track 3. Again, a good chorus. Really like that song. Track 4 though, Clansman, The Clansman. My favourite on the whole album. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. I love that tune. It's absolutely brilliant. Blaze sounding fantastic. Great vocals. Steve's bass is superb. And side 3, When Two Worlds Collide, The Educated Fool. The Educated Fool's a little bit of a weak tune. I still like it, but it's not as strong as the rest of the stuff on here. Don't Look to the Eyes of a Stranger is a decent tune. Again, it could be better. But Como Estas Amigos, the last track, I really like that one. Again, the guitar work on this album is really, really good. Nico doing a good job on the drums. And Blaze's voice is good. Obviously, he's no Bruce, but then no one is Bruce, to be honest. But yeah, Virtual 11, I like this one a lot. Hated on by a lot of people, but certainly not hated on by me. Number 12 is The X Factor, the first album to feature Blaze Bayley on the vocals. A lot of people say that Blaze's voice didn't fit Maiden. I don't agree. In fact, I think his sort of darker baritone voice suits the sort of dark sort of sound of this album very much so. Kicks off with Sign of the Cross, which is about 12 minutes long, and it's absolutely fantastic. Brilliant song, loads of atmosphere. I love Blaze's vocals. He sounds great in the chorus, massive chorus, great tune. I love that a lot. Up next, we've got Lord of the Flies, which is much more up-tempo. Again, I really like that song. Chorus is good. Nice tune. I like that one. Man on the Edge, that was the first single, the first Blaze era song we heard. And I really like that one. Vocals and the verses are really good. Some nice guitar riffs. Chorus, again, is good. Fortunes of War is a decent tune that's spoilt by a very lazily written chorus, it has to be said. Just repeating the same line again, changing the pitch of the vocals. Kind of spoils it. Look for the Truth's a great tune. I like that one a lot. Judgment of Heaven is fantastic. Blood on the World's Hands, great song, amazing chorus. Blaze sounding fantastic on the vocals. 2 AM, The Unbeliever. There's a couple of tunes on this. There's definitely room for improvement. And this is, for me, the start of when Maiden started writing albums that went on for way too long. This one doesn't need to be as long as it is, but I can enjoy it from start to finish. There's room for improvement. There's some great tracks on at the same time, though. Blood on the World's Hands, Sign of the Cross, Man on the Edge, stuff like that. Really good. I like The X Factor. Again, another album that gets hated on unnecessarily as far as I'm concerned. Number 11 is Killers from 1981. I, of course, had this in last place last time, and fuck me, did I get some shit for that. But yeah, I like this album a lot more now, as it's risen quite a long way up the ranking. Kicks off with the Ides of March, the instrumental, and then we're printed the first proper track, Rothschild. Love that bass and drums intro. Massive chorus. Paul Di'Anno sounding great on the vocals. Motors in the Room org next. Some excellent guitar work. Again, another track that I really, really love. Then we've got Another Life. That's a good tune. I like that one a lot. I think Lars Ulrich definitely ripped off that drum intro for Metallica's Motor Breath. Good song that is. Killer's guitar track, I really like that tune. That's a good one. The bass and the drums intro is really, really good. Great chorus. Paul's vocals are great in that one. Prodigal Son, I like that song a lot as well. I like the acoustic guitar in there. It gives it a nice layering on the song. And last track, Drifter, really good. Again, Paul's vocals are good. Particularly his screamer towards the end of the song. Really like one a lot. Killers from 1981, definitely gone up in my opinion. It has to be said. Right, sorry about it, guys. I had to pause quickly there. My throat was really drying out. I had to grab some water. So yeah, Killers from 1981, definitely gone up in my estimation. I really enjoy that album a lot now. So into the top 10. And here's the debut, Iron Maiden from 1980. Superb songs on this album. Kicks off a Prowler, great tune. I love the intro guitar riff, really, really good stuff. Strong chorus, great track. Remember Tomorrow. For me, it's an underrated Maiden song. People don't really seem to talk about that one very much, but I really like the guitar work on that from Dennis Stratton and Dave Murray. Running Free, not that bothered by that. I much prefer the live version, Live After Death. It's an okay tune, but if it wasn't here, I wouldn't be too fussed. Phantom of the Opera, amazing guitar work, very, very catchy. Clive Burr's drums are absolutely superb. Transylvania Strange World, good tunes. Charlotte the Harlot, that's definitely one of my favourites. Very, very catchy stuff. Paul Di'Anno's vocals are really, really good. And it ends with the title track and the name of the band, Iron Maiden. And again, excellent guitar work. Really like that song a lot. Steve Harris's bass sounding great on that song. Across the entire album, of course. And it's just a great way to end your debut album. Great, great stuff from Iron Maiden, their debut. Yeah, I've always liked this one more than Killers. The Di'Anno era, Good stuff. They definitely upgraded with Bruce, that has to be said. But the debut album from 1980 comes in at number 10. So number 9 now is Brave New World, the first album to feature the returning Bruce and Adrian Smith. Good album, although I've got to mention something here because something popped into my head. One of the first things that a lot of people will do when they criticise the Blaze Bayley era is talk about The Angel and the Gambler and say about how it's a song that goes on for way too long with a repetitive chorus. This album, Blood Brothers, Brave New World, The Nomad, all very, very long songs with an unnecessarily repetitive chorus with the same line being repeated over and over again. Where are all those people who slag off the Blaze era when it comes to slagging that off on this album? That's right, not to be seen or heard from. I guess it's okay if they do it with Bruce, though. Anyway, back to this album. Good album. I was really excited for this when it came out, and it doesn't disappoint. Kicks off with The Wicker Man, that was a single. Simplistic intro riff, but very effective. Bruce sounding great on the vocals. Ghost and Navigator track 2 is excellent. Brave New World is okay, but like I say, that chorus is very repetitive and does get on my nerves. Blood Brothers is a fantastic song though. That might have a repetitive chorus, but I'm happy to listen to it. It's really, really good. The Fallen Angels, a decent tune. Out of the Silent Planet is absolutely fantastic. One of my favourites on the entire album. And it ends with the excellent The Thin Line Between Love and Hate. Bruce sounding absolutely fantastic on the vocals. Loads of great solos on this record. Of course, we've got 3 guitar players now. Nico's drums are superb. Brave New World is my number 9. I like this one a lot. Good album. A good comeback. And I know a lot of people were wanting Bruce back. And they say it delivered on his first album back. Excellent stuff. Brave New World from 2000 is my number 9. My number 8 is The Book of Souls. This one took a little bit of getting used to at first because it's very long. But I have absolutely no problem with this album being really long now. I really enjoy it. It kicks off with If Eternity Should Fail, which is a good opening tune. Speed of Light, track 2, that was the first song we heard. I like that one a lot. Bruce sounding great on the vocals, of course. The Red and the Black, the 4th song, is my favourite song in the whole album. Very long, very epic. Takes you on a journey. Really good song. I really enjoyed that one. It's excellent stuff. The Book of Souls, I love the acoustic guitar intro on that tune. Again, another long song, a very, very good tune. I like that a lot. Death or Glory I really enjoy, actually. That's a bit more sort of to the point. Great tune. Tears of a Clown I like as well. And then Empire of the Clouds, which is 20 minutes long. I can listen to that song from start to finish, and I've got no problems with it whatsoever. And I used to not be too much of a fan of that song, but when I went back to this album, for doing this video, found that I really enjoyed it a lot. Book of Souls, good album. I really enjoy this one a lot. And it doesn't bother me that this one's really long. Unlike Jetsu, where I find that drags its feet. For me, the Book of Souls, a very long album, about 90 minutes. But I'm absolutely all good with it. Excellent stuff. On to number 7 now. Is Dance to Death from 2003, if my memory's correct. Yep. I like this a lot. Wildest Dreams kicks it off, and an energetic opener. A great tune. I really like that one a lot. That was the single, of course. Rainmaker track 2 is really underrated, I think. No one ever talks about that. Some fantastic guitar work in that tune. No More Lies track 3 I do like, but again, I'm not a massive fan of Bruce's vocals in the chorus. And I can't really put my finger on it, but the vocals in the chorus for me are not too great. I mean, they're sung well, but I just not really a fan of that vocal style that he's got going on in there. Dance to Death, the title track, is really good. I like that one a lot. New Frontier is a good song as well. Passchendaele, everyone talks about that one, and rightfully so. Very catchy guitar intro. The guitar working in the entire tune is really good. Great chorus, excellent stuff. Age of Innocence is good. It ends with Journeyman. Not my favourite Iron Maiden closing song, but still a decent tune. As always, plenty of good guitar work. Bruce sounding fantastic. And yeah, it's a good album. Like this one a lot. Dance to Death comes in at number 7. Number 6. Now here's the biggest change in the ranking, because I had this one down in 14th place last time. And I'm almost embarrassed to admit that I had it ranked so low down. But I've seen the error of my ways. So up next, taking a huge jump up the ranking, is A Matter of Life and Death, which came out, I think, in 2006. Can't see it right now, but I think it's 2006. Excellent album, amazing cover artwork as well. Yeah, I wasn't a fan of this one for quite a while, but now I am absolutely loving it. Kicks off A Different World, which I have to say is not my favourite Maiden album opener at all. In fact, I think it's quite weak. But These Colours Don't Run is a superb song. Great chorus, Bruce sounding fantastic. The Longest Day is a tune that I really like as well. Out of the Shadows, good song. And then what we have next, for me, is one of the best sort of Maiden one-twos you'll find on any of the 2000s album. It might actually be my favourite, because up next is the reincarnation of Benjamin Brieg and For the Greater Good of God. I absolutely love those songs. Benjamin Brieg is a great tune, but For the Greater Good of God is my favourite song on the album. It's just very, very good. Guitar work is amazing throughout. Nico's drums are great. The chorus is absolutely huge, and Bruce sings it brilliantly and does a great job. It's just absolutely fantastic. It's one of my favourite songs from 2000s era Maiden, without a doubt. Just absolutely brilliant stuff. Then you got Lord of the Light and Legacy ends the album. Those two songs are really good as well. Completely changed my tune on A Matter of Life and Death. Wasn't much of a fan of it in the past. I've seen the error of my ways though. Fantastic album, really, really good. Absolutely love it. A Matter of Life and Death comes in at number 6. Into the top 5 now. And I had this at number 3 last time. So it's fallen down a couple of places, but still fantastic stuff. Peace of Mind from 83. Superb album. Love the drum intro from Nico McBrain and Where Eagles there. Superb opening tune. Bruce sounding absolutely fantastic as always. Revelations next, which again I think is one of those underrated Iron Maiden songs. Doesn't get talked about a lot, but I really like that one. Fly of Icarus, that was a single, great tune. Derby Boots on, I've always liked that. The sort of chanted vocals in the chorus sound really good. Great performance from Bruce as always. Side 2 kicks off with a Trooper, which is one of my favourite Maiden songs. Just an absolutely iconic guitar riff, which sounds fantastic to this day. Excellent vocals. Still Life though and Quest for Fire, I have to say, they've gone down in my estimation a bit. They are a little bit on the filler side. Sun and Steel is a good tune, but it ends with the excellent To Tame a Land, which I think is just absolutely amazing. The guitar melody comes in around about the 1 minute 20 mark, I think it is. With the riff changes, just sounds fantastic. Verses are great, the chorus is great. Just a superb ending song. I really, really love it. It's excellent, excellent stuff. Peace of Mind from 83 comes in at number 5. Another quick drink. Up next, this was in second place last time. This has dropped down a couple of places. Seventh Son from 1988. Absolutely amazing album. I remember getting this on cassette for Christmas in 1988. Listen to it constantly. Kicks off with Moonchild, which isn't the best Maiden album opener, it has to be said. It's still decent though. But up next, track 2, Infinite Dreams, for me is completely underrated. It's a fantastic song. Guitar work, the melodies is absolutely phenomenal stuff. I really enjoy that one. Can I Play with Madness next? For some reason, that song gets shit on a lot these days, but I don't understand the hate for it. I think it's a decent tune. The Evil That Men Do closes side A. That's another great track. That was a single as well. Side B opens up with the title track and the epic, so you haven't got the epic at the end of the album. Brilliant stuff. I love the synths in that song. They give lots of nice atmosphere to it. Even the spoken word part in the middle that Bruce is doing. It's just an absolutely huge song and I absolutely love it. It's just such a great track. The Prophecy, that is a little bit on the filler side, it has to be said, but I still like it. The Clairvoyant, a lot of the vocal patterns in the verses and in the chorus from Bruce, they sound really, really good. Ends with Only the Good Die Young, a great up-tempo track, and it's nice to see Maiden mixing things up and not having the epic at the end as always. Only the Good Die Young is a great closing track, I like that one a lot. Great guitar solos across the entire album, of course. Seventh Son from Seventh Son comes in at number 4. Number 3 is Power Slave, which came in at number 4 last time, so this one's slightly moved up. I mean, just what an album. Absolutely phenomenal stuff. Ace's High kicks it off. We all know that. Excellent riffs throughout the entire song. Huge chorus. 2 minutes to midnight. Again, I love that intro riff. Quite simplistic, but excellent stuff. Lost for Words, big already instrumental. That's fine, but it's a little bit on the filler side. Flash of the Blade, I really enjoy, actually. I've always loved the chorus in that. The Duelist is another decent tune. Back in the Village, start side B. That's a good song as well. But the title track, Power Slave, is absolutely fantastic. I love the riffs in that. There's a nice atmosphere that's created with the riffs. And of course, closes with the massive Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner, which is a song that I just absolutely love. Nearly 14 minutes long, and it does not drag its feet at all. It's got that big breakdown in the middle with the bass part, and again the spoken word parts. Builds up again nicely. Some great solos. Just an absolutely fantastic song. A huge song. One I never ever get bored of listening to, it has to be said. Power Slave from 1984 comes in at number 3. Now, number 2, rising up from the number 5th position from the last ranking, is Number of the Beast. This has got a few songs on it that are cool, sort of massively overplayed. You don't ever really need to hear them again. But once again, when you listen to them in the context of the album, I'm all good. This album kicks off with Invaders, which is a song that gets a ton of hate for some reason, and I have absolutely no idea why. It's a song packed with great riffs. I really like the vocal patterns. And a lot of the chorus as well. It's really catchy. It's very simplistic. Gets the job done. It's a great opener. I have no idea where it gets hated on as much as it does. I love that tune. Children of Damned, that's another great tune. For me, it doesn't get talked about a lot. It's kind of overshadowed by Hallowed Be Thy Name on this album, which is the other album. The other song, which has kind of got the softer parts in it. But Children of Damned, for me, is excellent. Massive vocals from Bruce in the chorus. He sounds phenomenal. The Prisoner, that's a good tune. I like the drum intro from Clive Burr. His drumming on this album and the other albums you appeared on is amazing. 22 Acacia Avenue is a little bit on the filler side, but I still like it. Title track, of course, opens up side B, and it's just absolutely amazing. Everyone knows that. I don't really need to talk about it. Huge vocals, huge chorus, great solos. Run to the Hills, again, a nice intro from Clive Burr on the drums, great tune. Gangland gets hated on a lot, but I still like it. I mean, for me, it is probably the weakest song on the album, but I don't think it's another one of those songs that doesn't deserve its bad reputation. Again, nice drum intro from Clive Burr. And ends with Hallowed Be Thy Name, an absolutely massive song, of course. I've heard it a million times, and I don't really need to hear it again, but again, when you listen to it, in the context of the album, I really enjoy it. It kind of sounds medieval during the start of the song with the guitar parts going on. Great verses, brilliant solos, massive, massive song. Hallowed Be Thy Name is a song that every Maiden fan knows back to front. And it's a great way of closing this amazing album. Yeah, when I did the original ranking, I was a little bit sort of tired of this album, but I listened to it back to it again for this video, and it's just absolutely amazing. There's no bad songs on it. Like I say, even Gangland, which is the weakest one, I don't think is a bad song. So Number of the Beast comes in at number 2. And coming in at number 1 was number 1 last time, and I just cannot see any album ever shifting somewhere in time from the top spot. When I did the original ranking, quite a few people got in the comment section saying that they didn't like this album when it came out because of the guitar synths. I've never had any problem with the guitar synths on this album. For me, it's just a perfect album from start to finish. It's absolutely phenomenal. Starts off with Caught Somewhere in Time. The guitar melodies in the intro sound really good. Fast, frantic verses, huge chorus. Bruce sounding absolutely fantastic, hitting some real high notes. Just such a great track. Then Wasted Years up next. That iconic guitar intro riff from Adrian Smith. Just again, a massive chorus with a really uplifting chorus, actually. Again, Bruce sounds amazing. Sea of Madness is a little bit on the filler side, but I still love it. Heaven Can Wait, that's another song that's got a lot of share over the years. A lot of people don't like the mid part with the huge backing vocal parts. Never been a problem for me. Loneliness and Long Distance Runner kicks off side B. That's a great tune. Stranger in a Stranger Land, love that bass and drums intro from Nico and Steve. A great song, one that I enjoy a lot. Deja Vu, that's a little bit on the filler side as well, but a song I still absolutely love. But it closes with the absolutely huge Alexander the Great. which is just absolutely fantastic. I love it. I mean, you know, I like Fear of the Dark and I like Hallowed Be Thy Name, but if I were going to see Maiden live, I would rather hear Alexander the Great played. And I actually saw him play it live last year when they did the Days of Future Past tour, and it was just absolutely amazing to finally hear that song being played live. I love the spoken word intro part. Things build up slowly and nicely. Again, Bruce, just absolutely amazing. I know I've said that a lot in this video, but there's a reason for that, because he is just a phenomenal singer. And he sounds great on this album. He sounds great on all the albums. And the chorus for Alexander the Great is just massive. Huge, huge voice. Great riffs, great solos. An absolutely perfect song. A perfect way to end the perfect album. And I don't think Somewhere in Time will ever be shifted from the #1 spot in my Maiden album ranking. It has to be said. Just an absolutely perfect album. Somewhere in Time was #1 last time. It's #1 this time. And it's just amazing. An absolutely outstanding album. And just brilliant artwork as well. Look at that. I know a lot of the Maiden artworks are fantastic, but this is probably my favourite. This and Power Slave, but this one is definitely my #1 artwork. And my #1 album, Somewhere in Time, is just perfect. Absolutely brilliant. Right, guys, so there we go. Cheers for watching all the way to the end. As per usual, get in the comments section. Let me know what you think about the ranking. I should be back with you next week. I've got another album ranking video coming next week. And next week will be the turn of Floridian Death Metal Legends Deicide. And I will be including the brand new album, Banished by Sin, which came out only a couple of days ago. So, guys, cheers for watching to the end, as always. And again, thanks for the new subscribers. Thank you for the returning subscribers. Much appreciated, as always. And until next week, I shall see you soon. So take care, and I'll see you later.